we on?
We're on.
So this is our third day roaming. We're trying to find the Spanish steps so we can go up them.
Yeah.
Because we're thinking probably there's something historical about them and we'd like to find out.
So we found some steps. I think they're the Dutch or the Belgian steps. Still haven't found the Spanish steps, but
So we were looking for the Spanish steps, but we got back at the calls.
This is the first tunnel ever built. It was built by the Raymonds in the year 22.
So here we have a church that has a date on it. It says Anno, which means year, and then it says DMDLXX, which means 50 before 1,500. Why are the Romans so good at Roman numerals? So we're here on the Spanish steps. They were designed to kind of merge the two branches of philosophy, the Vita Activa and the Vita Contemplativa. You go up them and you contemplate stuff while being activa. So it keeps you healthy and you think a lot.
I don't get what the big deal about this place is. Grouse Grind has way more steps.
if you can see behind me, that's where Wilkes Booth shot Abe Lincoln.
So as you can hear, the bells are ringing in celebration of democracy. In every square in the city, there is a pole, which is where the word polis comes from, which is where the word political comes from. Citizens would come to these squares and they would talk about how to rule the country. There are a lot of good places to riot. I don't know why they don't riot more in Italy. So behind me are people dressed like Santa Claus. That's because in Italy they have a history of having Christmas because it's a Christian country, or it was a Christian country. Hi all, this is the Trevi Fountain, and they say it's the fountain of truth. Every time you toss a coin in, you have to tell the truth and then you're forgiven of it. So I'm now going to tell my truth. In first grade, on the way home from the aquarium, I pretended that it was an accident, but I kissed Jenny on the cheek and she didn't give consent.
Truth is, I don't stand a chance. It's something that you're born into, and I just don't belong.
This is something that looks old, but it's a fake. I'm not sure if I get Rome. It's hard to believe how old the water is here. Above us is a bridge. It's new. You can tell because it doesn't use arches.
Hey, so after Nero burnt down all the city, people decided to move into the river because you can't burn water.
Hi guys, here we are on the river Tiber. It's named after Tiberius, who is an emperor who lived a long time ago. He fought against an army of elephants who was led by Hannibal.
It's history for you folks.
So here we have some art in a tree. It was carved in the past, so it's history. It looks like it's a naked pope. So we're outside of John Cabot University, which is kind of funny because although John Cabot was Italian, he sailed for the British and he discovered Newfoundland. Well, actually, he didn't really discover it because other people already knew about it, but he sailed there and he was British.
Hey, so as you can see behind me, there's an island. Turns out it's the oldest and most fruition part of Rome because it was the only part that didn't catch on fire during the fire.
So one thing we've noticed about art in Rome is that it has a lot of history involved with it, which is kind of strange. I never really knew that art and history went together before today. Here's a guy holding his cornucopia, which is really big.
As you can see, the ancient art of charioteering is still alive and well in Rome today. Hey all. I hope you learned just as much as we did over the last few days. It's been quite the whirlwind. A lot of steps. Lots of learning.
And lots of history.
And tons of history.
Subscribe to our channel.
Subscribe, like, all that fun stuff.